Hey guys, welcome back. So a question that's been put across to me is, should investors, real estate investors, should they have luxury property in their portfolio? Now I'm going to answer this question, but before I give you a definitive answer, vis-a-vis especially Dubai real estate, I want to take you on a little bit of a process journey, right? Everything we do over here runs with a process so that the decision you're making is an informed decision. So we're going to run through a process. Stick with me so that you will be able to make a better call for your own portfolio, and whether you should have a luxury property in your portfolio or not will be an easier decision for you. Show real fast. All right, guys, welcome back. So, should you, as a real estate investor, specifically in Dubai, should you have a luxury property in your portfolio? That's the question, right? That's the holy grail right now. Now, before I get into the process and the definitions, we do know that luxury in Dubai has been doing very well for the last year. I predict it might be doing very well for the next 2 to 5 years. But regardless of that situation, how do you look at your portfolio, okay? Are you in it for the short term or the mid term or the long term game? My suggestion to you is that stick to real estate as a long term game. Have fun from it, experience the ups and ups, sometimes the downs, and enjoy the process to building your portfolio. Now, there's two approaches that I have seen investors. I'm not saying this is the correct approach or one of them is the correct approach. What I've seen real estate investors do, there's two approaches that they undertake, okay? So two, okay? One is the super niche, okay? Super niche focus, okay? The niche focus, okay? Now, what do I mean by the niche focus? Essentially speaking, what they do with the niche focus is they focus very specifically in one asset class, okay? Now, if they're doing residential, okay? Now, in residential, there's three asset classes, okay? Generally speaking, there's the low end, there's the mid end, and there's the luxury high end, so LUX, luxury end. Now, generally speaking, what happens is with a lot of real estate investors who go on to build their portfolios, what happens is you'll see that sometimes they ended up entering in the mid-range and they did very well, and then they went on acquiring more mid-range properties, okay? Sometimes they got into the low end and they found that the liquidity was awesome. They needed money, they sold it quickly because the price is low, and so they continue acquiring more low-end properties. Sometimes they got in at the high end, the luxury end, just because either that's their taste or that's the opportunity that was coming across to them. And they continued in that opportunity. So they focus, first of all, sometimes they focus only on residential. And then even in residential, they focus only on the low end or the mid end or the mid to high end, okay? Then obviously you've got the commercial, okay, so can you read here? Okay, commercial. So what if I wrote it like this, okay? Instead of like this, I would do commercial, if I can spell this correctly. And in commercial, you've got offices, okay? That's a main branch, okay? Offices, okay? And in the offices, you've got A category, B category, C category, okay? And in commercial, you've also got retail space. And then retail, you've got A, B, let's say C, right? Prime, subprime, really like regular areas, right? And this is what happens, right? I know investors who are massively focused here and they will acquire B and C category offices in Dubai. They will sometimes acquire offices at the drop of a hat. They won't, like one of my friends, he's a commercial expert. He sells offices to his investors. Some of his investors never visit the office. They trust him, they trust his word, they buy it and they rent it out. All they're concerned about is the percentage money coming back to them, okay? This is essentially speaking what they are, okay? Now in Dubai, what has been generally the case is the low end was giving approximately 9%, the mid end was giving 7.5 to 8%, and the high end luxury was giving 4% to 5%. Okay, and offices were similar, 6, maybe about, actually I shouldn't tell you about offices because I'm not 100% sure about these numbers, so I'd have to check exactly what they were giving. Retail would give you 8 to 10%, but this was the case. It isn't always still the case, okay? So essentially speaking, this is one way of managing your portfolio. You know that you're really good with residential, you've built your strength dealing with residential tenants, and you kind of like stick over there, right? Because, you know, think about it. When you're talking and dealing with residential tenants in the low end, completely different set of headaches and fun, as opposed to dealing with tenants in the high-end luxury category, right? They expect you to take care of them. Now, that's been the norm. The 4 to 5% has been the norm previously. This is no longer the norm in the current space, okay? Now, the other way, which is the more correct in some circles, like for instance, Ray Dalio would tell you diversification is the way to go. And that's very, very, very important because, you know, markets change, tastes change. So if you're slightly diversified, you can quickly adopt to the current changing realities. Now, REITs, which are not very common in Dubai, that's the ultimate diversification, okay? That's ultimate. Like you can't get more diversified than a REIT, but you absolutely have no control over where the money is being invested. And we don't have a lot of REITs in Dubai. We've got about 2 or 3. Emirates REIT is publicly traded, I believe, but you know, I don't know exactly how it's performing, so on and so forth, okay? Now, what you can do when you're diversifying, you can look at different areas in Dubai, okay? Sorry about this. So, different areas, prime, subprime, low. You can also do different asset classes, okay? Different asset classes, okay? What do I mean by this? Essentially speaking, you can go into the residential area. So if you go into residential and office space, what you can do is you can go medium and luxury here. And for office, you can go A grade, B. Actually, we don't have a lot of A grade. The only A grade buildings I can imagine right now, they're not freehold. You can't own them, but you can do B and C. Now, something I gotta tell you. So, if you diversify, now what's happened is after about 5 years, luxury category has been really minting money for their owners. You can sell it at a very high level. You can it's like a 5-star thing, luxury. Now, I have a personal thing that I think for 3 to 5 years, luxury is going to perform really, really well. Its prices are going to continue going up. So, listen, if you had diversified, what would have happened is you would already have experience in luxury and you would have been able to quickly move into acquiring more luxury, right? As opposed to being stuck in the low end where we saw prices keep going down and down and down. Even post-pandemic, in some areas, the prices are still down. They're not recovered pre-pandemic 2015-16, right? So the question is, should an investor have luxury in their portfolio? I personally think at the moment, if you're investing in Dubai, yes, that's my opinion. You might want to have a look at it and then assess and still buy value. Reach out to us. There's a link in the description for you to work with me and my team. I'll help you identify the good assets, the good areas, the good places. But in my opinion, 3 to 5 years, you're going to be benefiting. And I personally believe that you should diversify your portfolio, just because that's how the big money managers minimize risk, okay? So at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to maximize profits while you're minimizing risks. All right, ciao for now. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. My name is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 15 plus years. I started in 2006 in Toronto, Canada, and since 2007, I've been practicing real estate in Dubai. If you want to work with me, reach out. There's a forum and a mobile number that you can reach out to be able to work with me. I do paid consulting to help you with my services. My team and myself are available. If you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends so that they may be able to benefit from the advice given here. My goal is to invest in your life and your future. Thanks for watching.